Hey, I'm back after a few weeks of going through some things. So today I went to therapy and been feeling pretty bad the last week or so. And today I talked. It was nice to be able to speak what I was feeling. It's scary when you don't know what to do with how you feel. I feel disconnected from a lot of things. I'm not associating like I should be as far as, happy, sad. It's hard to describe, but I feel very disconnected from other people's, what they're feeling. So if I see a movie or I see a show, I can't relate to that anymore. And it's a hard and very difficult feeling when I used to be a social butterfly. It's something that it's a very odd feeling to not be able to cry when something is sad. I did laugh the other day for the first time in a long time. I mean, like a big belly laugh, and that was nice. But most of the time, I'm very distant as far as, I can't relate to what I'm seeing. It's almost like I see it in third person. And then I'm having nightmares, if you will, on abuse. And it's not something that you would expect. They're hard to describe as far as what I'm visioning and seeing. They're not good, hence the nightmare part. But I'm trying. The seizures still happen almost every day. Yesterday, I fell and I had one, or I fell as I had one. And so, it's hard living a life you don't recognize. It's hard to look and say, this isn't who I remember being. It's who I remember from years ago. Like I said before, I've suffered from depression for 25 years off and on. I've been able to mask it for so long. And unfortunately, the seizures bring out what's really inside, that feeling. But I went to therapy today. So today was about the P.T.S.D, obviously. That's where the nightmares come from, is from, things I've been through, traumatic experiences I've seen and been through. But there was a suggestion to E.C.T and hoping that it might help to bring back my brain on I won't say normal, but a less misfiring reaction. So E.C.T is electroconvulsive therapy. So basically, be hooked up kind of like I was when I did my EEG with the electrodes and all that. And they basically would cause my body to have a seizure, and it basically will reset my brain to not see it as a seizure right now. It is very helpful. I'm experiencing things that are very odd, of which I don't really mention at all. But there are things that I want to try to get through this, and it's odd seeing a life I don't recognize. This is probably the most difficult thing that I have seen in my life. I feel like I can't see the end of it. I can't see, the end of that tunnel. But I was looking, they had requested that I go back to work next month, but if I do the E.C.T, I probably will not go back until later. I don't know when. But unfortunately, over the past week, my short-term disability has ended. So I feel like I told her I felt like I'm just taking up space right now. I'm not really contributing to society, I don't think, in any way. So it's hard to see a future when you don't feel like you have anything to contribute. But as far as the book writing, it never happened. I have the idea in my head, but nothing's happened from it. So I'm hoping maybe December I can write a chapter, hopefully. I've been so out of it, and just feel like so many things are out of my control right now. I've been dealing with medical for me and everything. So it's been a very traumatic November. I did my thankful list, and the last 6 days I did yesterday. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. I know people are trying to help. They want to know the right thing to say. I don't even know the right thing to say to myself. So even just to say, that you love somebody, or, just be there for them when they cry. Or if they don't cry, just be there for them. Just hug them. Because sometimes that's all you can do. There are no words to say. We feel like we have to fill life with words, and sometimes there just isn't anything to say. Sometimes just giving a hug, or just a nod, or holding someone's hand, that to me, it shows a connection where words sometimes, tone of voice or whatever, may change how that person really means for it to be portrayed. So, anyway, I'm not really sure when we're going to do the E.C.T. I still have to do a psychology follow-up, do an evaluation, make sure that my body could handle it. But basically, I am going to be forced to have a brainwave seizure, unlike the non-epileptic ones I have now. And they're basically going to force my body to reset itself, and in hopes that I will not be afraid to go outside. I will not be afraid to have interactions, and certain things won't freak me out in public, or if I see things, it won't trigger those bad memories. Certain things I can't watch because it triggers those memories that I'm trying to get rid of. The memories are still there. I can't put them in the past. For some reason, they are staying in the current, and I'm supposed to be focusing on the future. And it can't when my mind continually holds on to things that have happened to me. I can give you dates, I can give you times, all that is in there. And that's the thing with the E.C.T, is to reset all of that. And in hopes that I can heal, and then sit down and move forward and forget those traumatic events, or deal with them, in a constructive way, not have them make me have nightmares about, whatever. But if you want the in-depth details of the nightmares, I'd be happy to share with you what they are. Just go on the page, and I'll be happy to message you and explain to you what I'm feeling. And don't be panicked, because there's nothing to be panicked about. Just know that that's part of that P.T.S.D that I deal with. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to message. I still text. I may not be up to texting at all points, but I will text back at some point and say, okay, this is how I feel. And sometimes I feel good, and sometimes not so much. This past week, I felt very nauseous, very sick. Just my body is trying to figure out what to do at this point with what I'm feeling, and it's a very odd. It's odd. It's nothing I've ever felt. Depression has been around for a long time, but it was always, medicine, and I've done therapy a few times, and I was fine. But for some reason, this particular round, I'm not healing. I'm not getting better. In fact, I'm progressively getting worse, because the nightmares are now in there, and the visions are in there, and it's not healthy. So I appreciate all do for us, the kindness that y'all show. It helps. I may not know what to say except thank you, but I don't know, even if you just give a hug or send a heart or just smile, whatever, all that means so much. May not be much in the wording, but it means a lot. But thank you. I know this is the longest video on the channel so far, but I figured I would go into a little more detail today about what I've been through. It's been a little bit since I've posted, and I want to be open and honest with what's going on. I've had a lot happen this past week, and so I want everybody to kind of be up to date on what's happening. And like I said, if you have any questions, message me. I'll be happy to answer them the best I can. Carl is still my support system, and I think now he's to the point where he doesn't know what to do. He wants to help, but he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to say. And that's what, just being there. Sometimes that's all I need. And just to know that I've still got my husband, and I've still got my family, It's hard. It's hard to admit sometimes bad things. It's hard to admit that you're struggling. But I just want to put out there what's going on, and then everybody can do with it what they want. But thank you. Thank you for being there for me. I appreciate it. And last week we went and ate lunch at work. I wasn't there very long, but, I tried. I tried to get out. And after I came home, I was sad because there were no turkey leftovers. There was nothing. I'm used to that every year, always having some sort of leftovers and turkey, and I had nothing, so it kind of put a damper. That's why I didn't really post any thankfulness over the weekend the last few days, because it's taken me that long to kind of get over that. I actually went on a break from Facebook on Thanksgiving for a reason, because I couldn't have any of the triggers. So, and I'm glad everyone had a good day. I read afterwards what people did, and it was nice to kind of, make sure everybody had a good day. But, like I said, if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Like I said, I'm at a loss right now with how I feel and what to feel and what to say and what to do. So, I'm okay. Not great. I'm not fantastic. I'm not a social butterfly anymore. But I'm broken. I've been broken for a while. And we're trying to get where I'm fixed and I'm functioning again like I did. And I may never be what I was. The last year and a half, I had actually broken out of a shell. I had put on a happy face, and I finally made something of myself. And within the last 3 months, my life is completely the opposite of what it was. This time 3 months ago, I was in the hospital. So life can change in a moment. Take advantage of it while you can. do things that make you happy, because you never know when your life is going to take an unexpected turn into a direction you've never seen, never felt, never experienced. Just do your best. Do what you love and be there for others, honestly. Like I said, just send them a message sometimes, even if it's just I love you. That means a lot to quite a few people. So I'm going to go for now, and I will probably post something next week sometime with an updated. Hopefully by then we've got another psychologist that specifies in, that particular procedure. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if it helps. But thank you to all of our family and our friends at our family, so everybody's family. And thank you to each of you, and thank you